Okay, so like imagine this: you stumble into this old natural history museum, right? And it's got the creaky floorboards and like that smell, like that well-preserved smell.
Mm.
And you're just surrounded by these glass cases,
Yeah.
with all the animal skeletons and the taxidermied animals and stuff.
Yeah.
It's so cool. And that's kind of what we're doing today. We're doing animal adaptations, but we're using this WSU biology lab document as like our guide, and it is so cool.
Oh,
It's
wow.
packed with all these like insights and stuff. But get this right. It starts off by saying there could be over 30 million species out there.
Wow.
Like, can you imagine that? That just blows my mind.
It's incredible the diversity of life on Earth. It
Mhm.
really is.
Yeah, and this document is really cool because it highlights how each of these species has developed these adaptations to survive and like reproduce in their environment. It's all about form and function.
Yeah, it's really fascinating how we can learn so much about an animal just by observing its physical features. Like
Uh,
one of the things that always gets me are teeth.
yes, yeah.
Teeth can tell us so much about an animal's diet and lifestyle.
Oh, totally.
Well,
Like, just think about like a cougar's canines versus a beaver's teeth.
exactly. Those sharp-pointed canines are perfect for a predator, like a cougar, designed for piercing and tearing flesh,
Right for meat.
but a beaver with those ever-growing incisors.
Yeah, they're like little lumberjacks or something.
Exactly. Perfectly equipped for gnawing through wood.
It's like nature's toolbox. You know what I mean?
It really is the right tool for the job. And speaking of tools, this document introduces this really cool concept called the dental formula.
The dental formula.
Yeah, have you ever heard of that?
I've heard of it. I don't know if I could tell you what it is right now.
Well, it's basically a way of expressing the number and types of teeth a mammal has.
Okay.
And it's fascinating because it's like a code that unlocks an animal's evolutionary history.
Oh, wow.
For example, the document talks about a woodchuck,
Okay.
and it gives its dental formula as 110021 3/3.
Okay, so like, what does that even mean then?
I know it sounds like a string of random numbers,
It does sound kind of random, yeah.
but it actually tells us that a woodchuck has in each half of its upper and lower jaw one incisor, no canines, two premolars on top, and one on the bottom, and three molars on both. And when you compare that to, say, a coyote, which has a dental formula of 3/3, 1/1, 4/4, 2/3, you can see how those differences reflect their very different diets.
So wait, you're telling me that by looking at MIY teeth, we could figure out what my ancestors were eating like thousands of years ago?
Exactly. Isn't that amazing?
That's so cool. I had no idea.
And the document actually throws out a little challenge here. It gives us the human dental formula, 2/2, 1/1, 2/2, 3/3,
Okay.
and asks what that tells us about our evolutionary diet.
Okay, hold on. Before you answer that, I wanted our listeners to think about that for a minute. We'll come back to it in just a
Yeah.
bit. But, teeth are really only one part of it, right? Like when it comes to eating, there's so much more. And this document goes on to talk about birds, and it's like their beaks are like perfectly designed. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh, yeah. Bird beaks are a great example of adaptation. Their beaks are like specialized tools for eating.
Totally. It's like they've each got their own little gadget for getting their food.
Exactly. And the shape of the beak can tell us a lot about what a bird eats and where it finds its food.
Like those birds that can like spearfish with their beaks.
Exactly. And then you have birds with beaks for cracking seeds or sipping nectar. Each species has evolved a beak that's perfectly suited to its diet.
That's so cool.
Right.
And this is where the document mentions this thing called niche partitioning.
Ah, yes, niche partitioning. Have you ever heard of that?
I've heard of it, but I don't know if I could explain it.
Basically, it means that different species evolve to occupy different niches in their environment, so they're not all competing for the exact same resources.
Oh, okay. So it's like they've all got their own little specialty.
Exactly. It's like a way to reduce competition and ensure that everyone has enough to eat.
And the document gives this example about birds, too, right?
Yeah, it talks about raptors, shorebirds, and ducks.
Oh, yeah.
They're all birds, but they've evolved very different beaks for their different diets.
Right. Like raptors have those sharp-hooked beaks for tearing flesh.
Exactly. And shorebirds have those long, slender beaks for probing in the mud or sand for their food.
And then ducks have those big, flat beaks that act like strainers.
Precisely. They use those beaks to filter food out of the water.
It's like each species found its own way to succeed in the environment.
Exactly. And their beaks are a testament to that adaptation.
And speaking of adaptation, we got to talk about the woodpecker.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Woodpecker. A prime example of how form and function are intertwined.
Their beaks are like little jackhammers.
They are. And their skulls are specially designed to absorb the shock of all that pecking.
And their tongues.
Don't even get me started on their tongues. Did you know that a woodpecker's tongue can actually wrap all the way around its skull?
Seriously. No way. That's wild.
It's true. And those long, barbed tongues are perfect for extracting insects from deep inside trees.
They are like perfectly adapted for what they do.
Exactly. It's a beautiful example of how evolution can lead to some truly remarkable adaptations.
It really is. Now, the document also talks about how an animal size is a big deal, too. And it's
Mm.
got this funny little exercise about pasta.
Oh, yeah, the pasta analogy.
Yeah, it sounds kind of silly, but it actually makes a lot of sense.
It's a great way to illustrate how an animal's size affects its relationship with its environment.
Like trying to catch a fly with a soup ladle.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'll go out.
it's all about scale.
So how does that actually work? Like, how does size affect an animal's ability to survive?
Well, one of the key factors is surface area to volume ratio.
Okay, I've heard of that, but I'm not sure I totally get it.
Basically, it means that smaller animals have a larger surface area relative to their volume, which makes them lose heat more quickly.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Larger animals, on the other hand, have a smaller surface area to volume ratio, which helps them conserve heat.
So that's why animals in cold climates tend to be bigger.
Exactly. Think about a polar bear, for example.
They are massive.
Exactly. Their large size helps them stay warm in those frigid temperatures.
That's so cool. So if you were going to design an animal for like a really hot desert, what would you do?
Well, for a desert animal, you'd want to go in the opposite direction. You'd want to maximize surface area to help them stay cool. So you might give them a smaller body with long limbs and maybe even big ears.
Like a fennec fox.
Exactly. Those oversized ears aren't just for show. They help to radiate heat away from the body.
That is amazing. And it all comes down to adaptation.
Exactly. Every feature from an animal's size and shape to its color and behavior is a product of adaptation.
So cool. Okay, so we've talked about teeth, beaks, and size. Now, what about senses? And when we're talking about senses, the document really zeroes in on vision. It makes sense. An animal's ability to see and process visual information is crucial for finding food, avoiding predators, and navigating their world.
Absolutely. And just like that, those pasta-grabbing utensils, the shape and placement of an animal's eyes reveal a lot about its lifestyle. You've got predators with eyes locked forward like laser beams, and then you've got prey animals seeing practically 360 degrees around them.
It's true, the document talks about how owls, those masters of the night hunt, have forward-facing eyes that give them incredible depth perception. But then you have shorebirds needing to spot predators coming from any direction, so their eyes are positioned for that almost panoramic view.
It's like they've got built-in binoculars for spotting danger. I can't even imagine having that kind of peripheral vision.
Yeah, it's not just about where the eyes are positioned. It's also about how an animal uses color. The document dives into the fascinating world of camouflage, disruptive coloration, and even warning colors.
Oh yeah, camouflage is the classic example, right? Blending in with your surroundings is like having an invisibility cloak. The document gives the example of stick insects talk about masters of disguise.
Right, but then you have disruptive coloration, which is all about breaking up an animal's outline. The document mentions zebras. Those stripes might seem flashy, but they actually make it hard for predators to pick out individuals in a herd.
It's like nature's version of optical illusion, and then there are warning colors, which are the complete opposite of camouflage. Those vibrant hues are like a neon sign screaming, "Back off, I'm poisonous!"
It's a brilliant strategy, a memorable way to avoid becoming someone's lunch.
Yeah.
Now, going back to that challenge from earlier about the human dental formula, 2/2, 1/1, 2/2, 3/3, what do you think that tells us about our evolutionary diet?
Well, based on the breakdown, with those incisors, canines, and molars, it suggests our ancestors were adapted for a more omnivorous diet, consuming both plants and meat. We've got the teeth for grinding plant matter and tearing meat.
Fascinating. So our teeth hold clues to our evolutionary past. That's pretty cool.
It is, and the document does a great job of driving home this point. Every feature, from an animal's teeth to its eyes to its coloration, tells a story of adaptation and survival.
Absolutely. It's like nature's own blueprint for thriving on this planet. So next time you encounter an animal, whether it's a majestic eagle soaring overhead or a tiny ant carrying a crumb across your kitchen floor, take a moment to appreciate the incredible adaptations that allow it to exist. It's a whole world of natural wonders out there just waiting to be explored.
And remember, this deep dive has just scratched the surface. If you're eager to learn more about animal adaptations, head to your local natural history museum, crack open a book, or explore the vast resources online. Trust us, the more you learn, the more amazing the natural world becomes.